because of this, their livelihood was impacted, right? Their herd of pigs is now gone. They wanted Jesus out of there. And this man, he's now in his right mind. He's clothed. He's sitting at the feet of Jesus. Jesus is starting to get back in the boat to head out. The man says, "Hey, I want to come with you." But Jesus had other plans for him. He said, No, I want you to hang around over here. I want you to tell the good news that God did for you. Are we taking the time to share the good news that Jesus has done in our life? Man, we had an awesome time of praise reports this morning. The wonderful things that God is doing in our life. We need to make sure that we're continuing to talk about those things and share those things, that good news of how God is working in our lives. And thank goodness the man obeyed what Jesus had to say. He did stay in the area, and he did go about telling all that Jesus had done in his life. Again, that's another example for us. When that still small voice is talking to us in the back of our mind, are we following what it says? Are we being obedient to the calling that God has put upon our lives? Or are we trying to do our own thing? Verses 40 through 48 says, Now when Jesus returned, a crowd welcomed him, for they were all expecting him. Then a man named Jairus, a ruler of the synagogue, came and fell at Jesus' feet, pleading with him to come to his house, because his only daughter, a girl of about 12, was dying. As Jesus was on his way, the crowds almost crushed him, and a woman was there who had been subject to bleeding for 12 years, but no one could heal her. She came up from behind him and touched the edge of his cloak, and immediately her bleeding stopped. Who touched me? Jesus asked. When they all denied it, Peter said, Master, the people are crowding and pressing against you. But Jesus said, Someone touched me. I know that power has gone out from me. Then the woman, seeing that she could not go unnoticed, came trembling and fell at his feet. In the presence of all the people, she told why she had touched him and how she had been instantly healed. Then he said to her, Daughter, your faith has healed you. Go in peace. So in the previous section of verses, we saw that Christ was not welcomed by the Gerasenes, but he's welcomed by the Galileans, isn't he? They're crowding around him. If it had been me and I had just gotten kicked out of the land of the Gerasenes, I might have said, you know what? This isn't for me. God doesn't want me ministering anymore. And I could have just stopped right then and there. But Jesus gives us the example. Even though you might go to someone and they don't accept the mission that you have been given in their life, it doesn't mean you should stop. Go on to the next one.